Hello.
There we go.
Yep. Just making sure.
Hey
guys. We are in my studio. There we are. Okay, so pause that. All right. We're literally live now. So Zoom. Go back to Zoom. Okay.
Perfect.
We are live streaming, everyone. Hello, hello. Hello on TikTok. Hello on Instagram. Hello on YouTube. Why am I like so out of breath? Oh my gosh.
Well, because you just set up an entire studio.
Well, you said they're looking real pretty.
I said here, I'm like, I feel like a princess.
You are a princess, my love. You're the perimenopause princess. Jesus Christ. Hello, everyone.
Hi, guys.
Welcome to Carla's live stream and soon to be, we're all the things. We're a podcast, we're streaming, we're coming live to you from my studio, Collaboration Media Co studio here at Venture X in Etobicoke. And today, what's our topic here? We're talking about
weight loss and perimenopause.
Yes, weight loss.
Natural path too, but we also want to cover Ozempic, peptides, and all of these weight loss drugs that people are using, and the pros and cons. And, we're not here to put anything down. We're here to advocate for women that are trying to figure out what to do.
Absolutely. And by the way, this is the very first episode. So we're excited. We hope that you're excited. This is your weekly live show where we're going to talk about real women, real hormones, and real solutions for midlife weight, energy, and confidence. I am Carla's co-host, relationship expert, media maven, and woman in perimenopause, active perimenopause. So I'm also now one of Carla's newest clients.
Yeah.
So I'm beginning my journey. This is episode 1, and I'm starting my journey Monday. I have access to the perimenopause blueprint. So I'm in the middle of preparing for my shopping and all the things. So I'm going to let you share more of that. And Carla, can you share who you help and why you decided to create Hot and Hormonal?
Well, so Hot and Hormonal was created because myself went to the doctor multiple times. I am 46, as many of you might not know. And when I turned 40, everything changed for me. I had been a weight loss coach since 2010. And that was easy back in my 20s and 30s. And then everything shifted. Even as a weight loss coach, I hit 40 and my body felt like it was working against me. I went to doctor after doctor, gynecologist. Nobody could figure anything out. They all kept telling me the same thing. This is normal. This is how you're supposed to feel. You're supposed to be tired. You're supposed to gain weight. And I was not going to accept that because I knew that wasn't the case. I could feel my body working against me. And I thought, you know what, when I get through this, I am going to create something for women that brings a community together that's talking about this and all of the symptoms and all of the issues so that you're not alone, you're not broken, your body's not working against you. It wants what you want. It's just asking you for something different. I think of it like this. Think of yourself back in your 20s. The way you dressed, your hair, your makeup, all those styles. Just imagine if you kept that same style of clothes, makeup, hair throughout to now. That would be cringe. You'd be like, what am I like? You look back now, you're like, why was I wearing that? Look at the makeup, the way I did that. My bangs were teased and all this shit. So you think about, we evolve through everything in life. And so if you're still doing the same things and eating the same way and exercising the same way, not taking supplements and not changing anything about what you did in your 20s, now in your 40s, then there's going to be some issues. 100%. You've got to make some changes, right? So
yeah, and it's funny because you would think that with your background in fitness and weight loss, as you just said, like you were dumbfounded.
I was dumbfounded. I was just like, it seemed like overnight I had gained 15 pounds. I'm not joking when I say that. Like I literally woke
And
up one
nothing
day.
changed, like your diet, nothing changed.
No, I was still doing my
Yeah,
workout
yeah.
6 days a week. I was eating healthy. I had 2 treat meals per week. I had always maintained a weight of 125 to 135. I was always in that range, usually under 130. And never ever had a problem with weight gain or low energy. I never had any gut issues. I never had any sleep issues. And then all of a sudden, all these things started happening. And I woke up one morning, I looked at my body and it was so inflamed. Like I could see the water retention all over. I was puffy. I'm like, what is happening?
And it's that, like, for you, you felt that early 40s, mid 40s, like when would you say?
So that happened at 40, and I'll tell
right
you,
at 40. Okay.
yeah, I think what happened. So I started feeling a little bit different then, but when I turned 42 is when I gained the 15 pounds. And what happened was my dad passed, sadly. That year was really stressful for me, and I truly believe that stress induces symptoms, and obviously cortisol, which is one of our main hormones. And that hormone controls a lot of functions in your body, like your weight.
Cortisol is the stress hormone.
It
I know that
is,
much,
it
right?
is,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
So all the hormones, which we'll talk about later, start to fluctuate. But because I was under such high stress during that time when my dad was sick, my body went into a complete disarray, and I didn't feel like myself, obviously, for many reasons. But I think that's what ignited the changes to start happening and the hormones to really start fluctuating. And that's when it all started for me, was in 2022. And it was 2 years, 2024 is when I got all of my answers. I changed everything. So many other things that we're going to talk about on the other podcasts happened in that time. I had endometriosis, which actually was one of the biggest things that led me down the path to where I found out about perimenopause, because the doctor never told me that I was going through perimenopause.
That's funny. So
yeah,
even though you had all the symptoms, now was this your regular family doctor, or did you go to some like emerge person or some walk-in?
Yeah, no, this was my regular family doctor. And he was great. Like I have to say, he was a lovely doctor. He shout out to him. And what had happened is, so he didn't know that world.
Right.
You know, so he was only doing what he could. He was giving me all the blood tests I was asking for, and everything came back normal. So at my disappointment, I thought, oh, my blood work will tell me what's wrong, and then we'll fix that. We'll figure out.
Right.
Nothing was abnormal. Everything was normal. So then he sent me to a gynecologist that was horrible. Another male, and not that males are terrible, it's just that I don't believe most of them really care. That's the experience I had.
Don't have a vagina.
Exactly.
And they don't have hot flashes.
Right?
So like, no disrespect to male doctors, but when you have female anatomy and women can understand what happens with women. Now, I love and respect all the men that are curious about stuff.
100%.
Pardon me. I should know better and put my stuff on like mute. But anyway,
You're a busy woman.
This is live, guys. This is live.
Yeah.
So
anything could happen.
Anything can happen, and it's gonna freaking happen.
Right?
All right. So then did you go to a female doctor? What happened?
So I couldn't get a female doctor. For some reason, there was none available. You know, anybody knows that how hard it is to get a doctor these days. So I was getting what I was given. So take what you get, right? And so when I went to see these doctors, and then I seen another doctor. Finally, I did find a female doctor, but she was the surgeon that I went to see who removed my endometriosis, another podcast we'll talk about. But she was good. But again, she didn't want to help me.
Why?
I don't know. It was like,
what woman doesn't want? That's odd. What woman doesn't want to help another woman? That's weird.
But you know what? I always say, things happen for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. And so had I not gone through hell and back for 2 full years, like I'm not joking, I would not be doing what I do today, helping women I have an understanding of what these women are going through, because I went through it. I lived it. I was it. And I got to the doctors and I got turned away and I got told this is normal. So that is why I created this. The program, the platform, the community, the podcast, the hot and hormone, all the things were inspired by getting the door slammed in my face and told that everything was just supposed to be this way. So I think I'm that type of person. I'm a Capricorn. So I'll get shit done. And I'm like, if you tell me no, I'm like, watch me.
And you're stubborn as hell.
You're
stubborn
right?
as hell.
And when I know something's not right, and I'll tell you, ladies, if you know something is not right in your body, 100% it isn't.
Yeah.
And listen to yourself, advocate for yourself. Don't give up, because most women that I know don't stand up for themselves, and they will literally walk out of the office with their tail between their legs and say, okay, I guess the doctor said it was normal, so it's normal. And then they live this horrible freaking experience in these years of our life when it should be the most wonderful years of our life. You know, like we've got our life mentally figured out. We're not in our 20s and partying and, you know, trying to figure out who we're supposed to be. We're kind of in that beautiful space of evolution, and we should enjoy that space instead of being suffering with freaking mood swings, weight gain, no energy, foggy brain, all those things, you know,
that.
Constipation, like not to talk about that too much, but
this is the space where we're not going to hold back
No.
women's things. So men, if you're listening, take notes. If you are thinking of dating a woman in menopause, this could be an exception, perimenopause, an exceptional, cheat place for you to be able to know how to deal with a woman and have that compassion and know that, it's not just mental. It is like, it's physiological, it's physical, it's emotional. Like it literally changes our entire body, which today's focus again is on natural weight loss and then using Ozempic and whatnot. So I do want to ask.
I do want to say something to all the women out there, just so that they understand what the hell is perimenopause.
Yes.
And why is it different from menopause? Because I think that's the first thing we need to clear up here, is that perimenopause is the stages before menopause. That can hit as early as 35. I have some women coming to me in their early 30s that are already experiencing symptoms. I do think a lot of it is hormone disruptors that we are exposed to every day in life, like whether that's from your cleaning detergents, makeup, creams, clothes, laundry soap, like bounce sheets, cooking utensils, all of those things, the air. We're exposed to so much more, because you'll hear our parents say, like my mom and my grandma, I never experienced any of that stuff. Like, yeah, because you lived in a cleaner world.
Yeah.
They grew up in, there wasn't all this crap that was now in all of our food and all of our cleaning supplies and all of our, like, everything in our lives. So I think that's why women are experiencing it early on, rather than say what it used to be, 45 to 55 and up. So your basically body is transitioning. It doesn't mean you're close to menopause. I'm 46 and I'm not menopausal yet, but my hormones are all over the friggin' place.
Right.
And sometimes I feel completely fine, and other times I struggle a little bit more. But as I changed all of my daily habits, my food, my exercise, the way I exercise, my mindset, all of these things contributed to me being able to manage the symptoms and feel better than I ever have. And that's I'm not just saying that.
No, I love that. And I want to ask, and all these women are asking, and I'm asking myself the question, can you explain why weight loss feels so different in perimenopause compared to our 20s and 30s? And primary example, after giving birth to my daughter, my eldest daughter, Michaela, I had such a hard time. She was my first child. So I didn't eat properly, didn't exercise. I didn't follow any of the things that I did in my last pregnancy, but I found it so challenging to lose weight. But when I did, it fell off. Right. Yeah. And this is me like early 26, I had her. So by 28, took me about a year and a half, took me a lot longer. Yeah. But when I wanted to lose weight at a young age, it fell off. Like I didn't have any issues. Yeah. And then as I got older, like yourself, Now I'm over 50, so I'm turning 54 in March.
Like porcelain doll. Can we get a round of applause for good genes?
And I'm in active perimenopause. So I think the last time that I did have a period last year, but I think the last time that I experienced having a menstrual cycle
Mhm.
was probably 4 to 5 months ago.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe 6 months. And please correct me because you're the
Mhm.
expert here. Perimenopause is leading up to the
Menopause.
spotting. The menopause is when you haven't had a
Yes.
period for a full year.
That's
Is that
right. That's
Okay.
right.
So I am in perimenopause.
Yes. 100%.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So back to what I was saying. When I was in perimenopause, and probably does perimenopause start a couple years before you actually stop your period?
So it depends. It's different for every woman. Like I said, some women can have symptoms at 36 and not stop their period till 48.
Okay.
Do you know? So it's different for every woman, and there's no rhyme nor reason as to why that is. I think lifestyle, biology, so many
I
different
think
things.
I'm late because
Yeah,
'cause
you're late.
I'm late because I'm
Yeah.
turning 54, but I had my youngest daughter at 44.
Yeah,
So
you have
everything, yeah,
100%. Yeah,
everything
you're a
works.
late bloomer.
I'm a late Perry girl. I'm a late Perry girl. But then again, I find it much more challenging at my age, like even to lose like that 5 pounds or that 10 pounds, which is
Mhm.
why, and maybe it's a good segue. I did try Ozempic
Yeah,
once
yeah.
before I turned 50. At 49, I tried 1 month of Ozempic.
Mhm.
I dropped 20 pounds. This is not an ad. This is not
No,
advertising.
no.
This is not
No.
advertising for it. And I'm not saying it was healthy or whatever, but
And the
I
one
tried it.
question I want to ask
Yeah,
is then what
please.
happened? You
um,
tried it, but it worked for the amount of time you're on it, and then what?
I like eventually it wasn't, here's the thing for me, I'm vain, right? Like,
Yeah.
I won't deny that vanity is something, like I'm in the public eye, right?
Yeah.
So I'm on television or I'm doing these types of things. So
Yeah.
I never really allow myself personally to get beyond, say, I'm 15 or 20 pounds over my baseline
Mhm.
is really heavy for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
'Cause you're
I'm
small,
like,
you're short,
yeah,
you're
like if
tiny
you can tell if I gain 10 pounds and you can tell if I lose 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Like, and I can tell because we're all very critical, but like
Mhm.
I tell it the most in my tummy and of course in my face and my arms.
Yeah.
Like my photographers, Christine, May, like that come out with me, they know when I'm feeling great because you can take pictures of me at any angle. And
Yeah.
then when I'm heavier, I'm like, cover this or cover that.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
much more conscious of it.
Yeah.
So to your point, Carla, it was not a sustainable
That's
thing. It was not a
that's
sustainable
the answer
thing.
I wanted to get.
Because I didn't.
It's a short-term
I
fix.
didn't make the full
change.
lifestyle change.
Right?
A diet, fad diet, Ozempic here, peptides, whatever. If it's not, your whole system, which I'm really excited about, because it's how many weeks is your course?
So it's a 6-week course, but you'll stay on that forever. It's a lifestyle change.
Yes.
I teach you the way to do it in the 6 weeks, and then you're off on your own, or you stay with me in the community until you feel safe to go off on your own. Some people are still with me
Never.
a year later.
Never. I never feel safe with myself. Are you fucking kidding me? God damn it, no.
Right? I don't feel safe when you're by yourself.
You don't feel safe you don't feel safe. I'm surprised you're sitting beside me. Holy shit. I don't feel safe with myself. No, I'm kidding. No. This is why we need coaches, right?
Right?
Yeah, we need coaches in our life. Like just the same way that people have their strengths and weaknesses. And I think one thing that you have always been consistent with as well is the lifestyle that you lead, the healthy habits,
yes,
the daily exercise. It's like for her getting up doing her treadmills like brushing her teeth.
I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah,
like I have literally fell in love with this lifestyle because I think because I did both. I did the dieting, I did all that extreme. I had eating disorders. I went through all of that. I always had weight
professionally competed.
Too, I professionally competed, and that took me down a really negative mindset towards food. It was all or nothing. No, but it was what worked for me because I didn't know how to eat properly for weight loss at that time. That was in 2006, 2007. And so it taught me a lot, but it was not sustainable, and it didn't like support long-term weight loss. It was quick fixes, which is what everybody seems to be after these days. And now that I've created throughout the years, and it's elevated, like it's grown into what it is today, this program and this way of eating using food synergies, I call it the MSB method, mind, body, mind, soul, body, because yeah,
MSB.
and I created that because I realized that we are so much more than just our physical bodies, and we're so much more than health is so much more than exercise and nutrition. These all elements that make us a human, all of us, men and women, is the mind, the body, and the soul. So there has to be a little bit of something for everything. And I didn't even know how important that soul part was going to be and mind part until later, when I started doing meditations and breath work and realized how much it changed my internal dialogue and the peace I felt within. And and I think the food I ate and the way that I was exercising, I enjoyed it all so much, there was no way I was letting it go. And so I think that's the big thing about why I created the foundation of it, and the way that I present it to my clients is because it's so enjoyable. It's not like this crash diet that you're going on. You're not allowed to eat this, you're not allowed to eat that, you have to exercise every day, it's like actually something you look forward to.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of women here and men. I mean, I think the information that we're going to share in terms of lifestyle and nutrition is applicable to guys and girls, okay, men and women. But what do you elaborate more on what you mean by natural weight loss? Because in this season, there are a lot of I don't want to call them chemicals. There are a lot of things that aids in diet and weight loss. We're going to segue into Ozempic and peptides, of course, but what does natural weight loss mean to you with respect to your program, and with respect to women in particular in perimenopause that might be looking for that like fast track?
Yeah. So weight loss to me naturally means mindset, movement, and nutrition. And so when we do all of those things, then our hormones love that. We are giving the cortisol hormone, love by creating healthy environment for our body to thrive. So we all know our mind runs our life. So the mind tells the body what to do. The mind says I'm stressed, or the mind says I'm this, or I'm hungry, or and then you go and do that.
The mind says eat that cookie.
Right.
The mind says fuck it, I'm staying in bed.
Right. So exactly.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to talk about the mind as a tool for, good or bad, right?
Well, yeah,
because
the mind can be a beautiful servant or a dangerous master. And what feeds that and hormones is food and exercise and muscle development. So when we are aging, our hormones start to fluctuate more. So hormones always fluctuate, but in our, say, late 30s, 40s, and 50s, our estrogen and progesterone are fluctuating like crazy, declining, and our cortisol is raising because of life, because of work, because of your career, because of bills, because of kids, because of all the things that life brings.
I just got stressed for like
right.
I
took you down that road.
You took me down. Take me back to talk about President's
unicorns and rainbows.
Yeah.
So that all changes our physiology and the way our bodies are responding. We jump out of bed, we rush, we're tired, like you said, we don't want to get out of bed, so you hit the snooze, but you're late for work. Now the kids are late, and this and that, and husband's late, and everybody's arguing and fighting, and nothing's working, and you rush out of the door, and you didn't even get breakfast, and so it's just when we can bring ourselves back and take our control back with a plan, a GPS of how to do that, then it becomes something that you can sustain, and your life completely changes when you see how it's broken down and how easy it is to accomplish every day. And so I think that's one of the biggest things about the natural path, is that when you feed your food, your body, the proper food and your mind, good thoughts, and also the body movement, this creates a synergy. And same with what I do for food. Like, I don't diet my clients. I don't believe in diets. I dieted many years of my life and it never worked. It was always short term. So what I use is called food synergies. That's foods that you pair together that work together. For instance, I'll give you a quick example. So think of, you always should have a fat, a carb, and a protein in every meal and snack. And what that does is create the perfect synergy. So think about this. Say you have a car and you are going to the carpool and everybody's got to go to work. So the car is the actual protein, and the people that have to go to work in the carpool are the fats and the carbs.
Okay.
So this is the protein. These are the fats and the carbs. They get in, the protein drives, and everybody goes, and it works perfectly. So without the car, take the protein away, which is the car, the fats and the carbs just sit there. They're like, how are we supposed to get to where we're going?
So for those of you who eat a bagel for breakfast,
right?
Like,
with cream cheese.
It ain't going nowhere.
It ain't going nowhere.
It ain't going nowhere.
So you get a glucose spike.
I love that.
Right? If
you gotta add, you gotta add the transportation.
Yes, exactly. Right?
So
it's so easy to like resonate with when you say it, like things like that. And that's what I do with all my clients. I'm like, I want them to understand this like in layman's terms, so that you know exactly what's happening in your body, so that you're like, oh, that makes complete sense. I can do this. And now I understand this. And then that makes the different world of a difference. And so when we don't have the protein, we get glucose spikes. So then our body stores fat. So and most women don't get enough of protein.
You said, sorry, carb, protein, and
fat.
And a fat.
Fats are really important.
Carb,
so
protein,
for women, especially in perimenopause, so like you should be eating 1 avocado every day. That's a really good healthy fat. You should be taking omega-3s. Your body needs that. Your hormones need it. And most women are getting way too many simple carbs and way too little complex carbs. So simple carbs are like pastries, cookies, candy, pop, juice drinks, all that kind of stuff.
That sounds like every millennial's diet.
Yeah, exactly.
Every Gen Z's diet.
Right?
Like that's how they fuel their body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And complex carbs are like grains and oatmeal and rice and fruits and vegetables. And so people think of that as like, oh, diet food. But the big thing for me was I was always a foodie, and my mom will attest to this. I was a sugar baby my whole life. But what you don't realize is that your cravings are telling you something. So your body's always communicating with you. And it's always a sign like, I'm hungry all the time, but I just fucking ate.
I needed to shut up.
Right?
Screaming at
you
me.
ate. So that's the first thing that goes that my clients are like, wow, the food noise shut off. And so what happens when we give the body the nutrients it needs, because think about this, your body, food is energy. That's all it is. And fat is stored energy.
Yeah.
And so when we want to lose weight, our body needs the adequate amount of energy so that it can do its job. And so if we're not giving it enough, it's going to store, which slows the metabolism. It says conserve.
Right.
Like, this person isn't giving me what I need. So then you're going to get cravings after cravings. Usually they come in like, I want chips or salt, or I want sugar and bread and pastries and all of that stuff. So when you balance your hormones through food synergies, your body is like, oh, thanks. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
I'm not going to bug you because I'm good.
Yeah.
It's like giving the baby the bottle. The baby shuts up and you're like, oh, it's so nice and quiet in here.
Yeah. No, so, I mean, like,
same applies.
It's I love the aspect of that you're conscious that certain things go together, right? Like oil and water.
Yeah.
And if you're missing something, then it's not the same way that it probably, by the sounds of it, even digests.
No, that's right.
Body,
that's right. Your body needs all of those macronutrients together to work optimally.
Yeah.
So if you want to have a high performance engine, you got to fucking feed it some supreme gas. Right. So you can't give it shit. and expect it's gonna.
People are giving it diesel. They're like
Yeah,
spitting their body
exactly.
with diesel. It's unfiltered and crap, and
Right?
and it's the wrong kind of fuel. So I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, I hope you guys are taking notes. And by the way, you don't really have to. For women who are in perimenopause that want to have the grocery list, the recipes, I literally seen the back end, and this is part of why we're launching this right now, because Carla just launched the perimenopause blueprint that you can have in your hands and be coached personally by her, which I am starting. This is why I'm so excited about it. And I love the fact that it's all done for you, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you don't have to think, the thing is, she thought about it and she stressed about it. So she put all of the research and stress and everything else to figure out her body
100%,
into a blueprint.
100%.
And I have been
it gives me goosebumps when you say that, because I remember when I was going through it and I couldn't wait to get on the other side so I could put this into a platform and a program for women.
Yeah. And,
right?
and people, like, think about the people in your life that knew you when you were struggling, like both with the weight and mental, because when you don't feel good, you don't like, it impacts your behavior. You don't want to go out.
No.
You can be a little grumpy.
You're depressed,
right?
You're sad. You feel like you're listen, I literally explained it like this. I saw a picture on Instagram, and it was somebody took a picture from inside of a cave, and you could see the cave and the rainbow, and the sun over the water was just outside the cave. And that's what I felt like. I was in the dark, but I could see the light, but I just couldn't reach it. And that
sounds so morbid.
I did. It was so sad, because I felt alone. I was like, no one's understanding. Everyone's telling me this is normal.
Yeah, I don't like that. I really don't like that.
And
that
pissed me off. I'm like, piss off a Capricorn, and then they're gonna fucking prove you wrong.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it wasn't followed up with "this is normal" or
no,
like, it's like, yeah, it's normal, but it didn't sound like they gave you even a solution.
Nothing. Basically get out of the office.
Yeah, you're good. You're like 89% or 80% of the women out there that are struggling with fatigue and bloat and all that shit, and they're categorizing you into that bucket, saying you're good. Like, everybody's overweight and everybody's stressed.
And like, it's like, exactly. They're like looking at me thinking, girl, you got nothing to worry about. But I like, because I still looked healthy to them. Yeah. But it wasn't my body had that I knew. I was like, being,
did you see what I looked like 3 years ago?
Right? I was like, damn it, this is not me. This is not my body. I don't even know who this is. Yeah. And it was funny because my doctor also offered me Ozempic.
When? That
this
year?
Was when it was going on. And I said to him, I said, it's not a eating issue. That was the crazy thing. I'm like, I don't have an overeating issue. And what Ozempic does, and to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, let's segue into that.
Yeah, is basically shuts off your hunger. And so it mimics the fact that you're already full. So your stomach fills and stays fuller longer, so you don't feel hungry. And that's a scary thing, because on top of it doing that, it's destroying the signal and the communication between your brain and your body, which is the vagus nerve that runs from the brain to the body and says, I'm hungry. And so if you're eating a balanced diet, those cues will be real. You'll know, okay, I'm actually hungry. Like, when I'm hungry, I eat, and I don't get hungry. I don't get those like, oh, I need something. I'm snacky. So it shuts that off. But here's the thing. Are you going to be able to sustain, what is it, like $500 a month?
Well, there's peptides that are, I don't know if we want to talk about that in this episode, but if we focus on Ozempic, which was really the popular,
any of those, they're doing is they're shutting, all of those are just shutting off your hunger hormone. And so you're not hungry. But what's happening on the BTS, so inside the body,
behind the scenes,
is that it's also eating your muscle. And so when people are on that and they don't have, I have clients that come to me on it. I have clients who come to me thinking about going on it. I talk to them, because I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to try to turn you in the direction of making the best decision for your health.
Yeah.
And for the future, for the longevity, not for today, but for the future that you are walking into every single day, because every day is a fresh new day. And if you're relying on something like an injection to do the work for you instead of correcting the problems, you're not addressing the hormones by taking Ozempic. You're not, if you're not eating properly on it, you're not exercising properly and building some lean muscle, which is a sinkhole for glucose. So it's going to help you burn fat and lose weight. And also it's the foundation your body is living on. So if you have no muscle and you're on Ozempic and your body's eating its fat and muscle, then you're at risk for so many more issues down the road that are going to be way worse than the weight that you were trying to lose on the Ozempic.
Yeah, I think if I go from my own personal experience of why I love the lifestyle path and obviously the natural weight loss scenario is that's the healthiest thing that you can do for your body.
Sustainable.
Yeah, it's
and
the healthiest
plus,
thing you can do
you're
because
missing
you're building habits.
That's right.
But when I like one of the biggest draws or why people love it so much is for those who have eating, they just eating too much, they're snacking. The curbing the appetite might, although that might look like or seem like a benefit, the issue with that is people aren't eating what they should be eating.
Well, that's it.
Right. And so
you're actually fueling the fire.
Yeah.
So there's nothing being fixed. So like it's like a Band-Aid.
Breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Right, right.
But
like, then your
hormones
are going to be like, oh my God, they're going to be so whacked out, but they don't have a chance to show because the Ozempic is keeping you from eating. So you're basically cannibalizing yourself. Your body's eating itself. Well, when it eats the fat, it also eats the muscle. So then you're literally like creating so many more freaking problems for yourself, unless you are doing it in conjunction. And I don't disown it or I don't recommend it. Like I'm neutral on it. I'm like, whatever is best for the person.
Whatever their doctor recommends.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I personally don't think you need it. And so that is what I tell my clients when they come to me and ask me about it. I say, let's do the program first. And then if you feel you need that still at the end, which I know they're not going to, because we're going to correct everything that's going on in the body that's making them gain the weight, then we can address it. But most times, and I've partnered with a doctor, which is, again, we'll get into on another episode.
Future episode.
Yeah. About HRT. So instead of the Ozempic and the weight loss injections, HRT can sometimes be a wonderful addition to women that will help them basically with the weight loss and the sleeping and all of the things. And for instance, I'm on progesterone. And so my blood work came back perfect, normal, as many women do. And so their doctor turns them away and says, you're fine, just like they did to me.
Right, but you weren't on progesterone before.
No,
so I just done a test for them to say you were low.
So
right?
I asked for the test and they didn't say I was low. I said I was low because I ran my own test and saw that I had my progesterone was very low and my estrogen was very high, both in normal range, but very far apart. So to bring them back to balance, I needed to be on some progesterone, which was causing sleep disruptions. I was waking up all the time through the night, not sleeping well. On top of that, my endometriosis that I had surgically removed.
What year was that?
That was in 2024, April of 2024.
Okay.
And when I did the research about endometriosis, high estrogen can influence the growth of endometriosis to grow back. And when I read that, I was like, oh no, oh hell no. I am not going through that again because that was a living fucking nightmare. I will not even like make it sound even half as, it was awful. And so when I learned that, I went to my doctor and I said, I would like to go on progesterone to see if it helps me sleep. Also, because I'm scared my endometriosis is going to grow back due to my high end of estrogen, she agreed and put me on the progesterone, and I sleep like a baby now. And I'm only on a low dose, so 100 milligrams. Most people start at 2. I was like, I'm always the person that let's start low. And if we need to increase, great. But why are you going to go there when you like always start here first, you know?
But okay, so what's this test that you're talking about? So for women like that,
So it's a full blood panel.
Okay. What are you testing for?
Everything. So here's the thing. When you test your blood work for women, really at any age from 35 up, you're going to have a test that isn't reading true to what your hormones really are, because they're constantly fluctuating.
So this isn't a specific hormone test, this is a blood test?
So it's blood test, but there is specific hormone tests, and that's what I've partnered with the doctor to do, because I want to go deeper so that it's not just a random blood test, but they can test in depth your hormones, and they would do it a couple of times a month to see where your baseline is, because yes, they're going to fluctuate. That's why a lot of doctors will say your blood work doesn't matter. You don't need to test it because it's not going to be a true reading. In one sense, that's true, but in another sense, you need to have some starting point. You need to know where they are fluctuating from. Like if you do blood work and you see that your progesterone's way down the average, the normal, the range, then obviously there's some more testing needs to be done and things going on, you know. And so that's why it's so important for women to have like an HRT specialist or doctor if they're experiencing crazy symptoms, that can actually help them on that path.
But I think even just doing a blood test, because
that's what I did.
You have fatigue, like I in the past have been not diagnosed. It's shown that I'm anemic, right? Okay, so for whatever reason, I wasn't eating a lot of protein. Nowadays it's carnivore, protein. So I doubt I'm anemic, but I know that if you're anemic, you're low in iron, and that impacts your fatigue. Yeah. Right. And so by even just having the regular blood test that you instruct your clients to do, it could show that you might be anemic or this or that. Right. And so then you would uptake your protein, I would imagine. 100%, right? Yeah. But at least you, as the person who understands how to look at blood work and then make the proper recommendation, coupled with the exercise. We never touched on exercise. No. Can we touch on it a little bit? Yeah. So what would be like, how do women in perimenopause not work out, but what are the exercises that are going to help improve the fat loss? For instance, you should be doing the cardio thing. Exactly. Okay. So for my clients, and what I do with my clients and myself, because what I do with my clients is what I do with my life. And so I stopped doing HIIT cardio. Or HIIT workouts. I do not do them anymore. That was putting my body into high cortisol. It was stressing my body. That was one of the things I changed first when I started my whole transition from 42 to into the HIIT cardio reduces cortisol. Oh, yeah, it did that for you. No, it does that for every woman. So same with like your cold plunges. They're not, I don't think, great for everybody. For some people, they work well. Other women, they're not, they're horrible. They put your body in way too high a stress. And some women, like everything in life, everybody, their body reacts differently. That's right. Same. So when she does a cold plunge, it does what benefits for her. When I do one, my body's in like complete high stress for like fucking a week later. I literally was like doing flips in my 3-degree cold plunge for 4 minutes. Yeah. Like I'm doing it so much, like I built such a tolerance for it that I'm not stressed. I'm actually relaxed. But that's the difference. I see the panic and or somebody going in and your body's telling you get out. Abort. Right. And like I'm a strong mind, and like I will push myself if I think it's beneficial. But if I know my body's screaming, get the fuck out of this thing, I'm getting the fuck out of the thing. Yeah, exactly. Right. So
exercise, the first thing that I stopped doing, I was always doing HIIT cardio, HIIT workouts, HIIT everything. And on top of that, I was doing weight training. And so I was over exercising, to be honest with you. And I wasn't going
Says no one ever.
Yeah, right. I know. And I wasn't going
true. I mean, you're in that fitness circle. So, you work with all kinds of women, whether that's women like in the public eye, in the media, who are other trainers or whatnot. So yeah, you could overdo it. And other people are more sedentary and they need to
100%,
implement some kind of friggin' activity.
Yeah.
Right? So,
and that was the first adjustment I made was my exercise. So what I would recommend for you, if you are starting your perimenopause journey and you want to know what should I be doing to work out, you should be walking every single day, 7 days a week for at least 8 to 10,000 steps. So that can usually, I think 1 hour of walking is about 8,000 steps. So you can break that into 30-minute intervals. So 30 in the morning and 30 in the evening. That's an easy way. And then your steps throughout the day. That's an easy way to hit 10,000. NEAT exercise. So that's walking further.
Did you say what?
NEAT, NEAT, non-exercise something thermogenesis. I forget the exact, but what that basically is going like up the stairs instead of taking the elevator, or parking further away from the grocery store door than you normally would. So like go further back in the parking lot, so you have to walk further to the store and walk back. Those are extra
But just don't do that in the dark.
Yeah, right. Those are extra steps you're getting in that you're not like specifically exercising. And so that's the biggest thing. And also 3 to 4 gym weight training sessions per week, at least 2. 3 to 4 would be ideal. And you want a intentional training program. So you want to work your arms and your shoulders, your back, and your legs and your glutes. Your glutes are one of the biggest muscles.
The big muscle groups.
Yeah, because honestly, that's your structure. That's your foundation that your body sits on. And so if you're one of those people that has back pain and you're like, oh my God, like I just bent over to do my shoes and my back's killing me, it hurts to stand up. Your glutes are weak. Your back is weak. Everything's starting to deteriorate after 40, and your muscle fibers are sadly deteriorating. And so you need to supplement to preserve them and train to keep growing them so that you can age gracefully and live a long, happy, healthy life and feel fucking great. Like there's nothing worse than.
I wanted to share that there's actual research, medical research that ties longevity to women who have strong legs.
Yes.
And work your muscles, that if you work your legs, which you said, you actually increase your lifespan.
100%.
And take it from me, who has a mom, love you, mom. She's 81 and she had a health issue, but her mobility and her movement right now is so limited. And to try to exercise muscles that have not been exercised or worked out so much later in life is just such a harder struggle than for you to do it right now.
Pick your hard. I always say this. Pick your hard. So do you find it hard to go to the gym and hard to eat healthy? Or are you going to find it harder to get dressed in the day and not be going to the hospital for visits because of your health? So pick your hard. Like which one would you rather do? Go to the fucking workout today when you didn't feel like it, or later on wish the fuck you would have worked out because now you can't.
Yeah, shit. That's
so
tough.
like, think about that. It's a gift. It literally is a gift to be able to move your body and lift weights. And even if it's not weights you're lifting, although you should be doing that a couple of days a week, any type of exercise is so good for your mind, your body, your spirit, everything. It elevates you,
Wow. Guys, we have a comment here. We are live on TikTok. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Instagram. Hey, Christine, she said, yeah, no thanks to cold plunge.
I'm with you, girl.
Yeah,
She took me and
I
I
know.
nearly died.
I know. And thank you to those who are watching. We're here also not just for us to talk. We can talk forever and we do offline, online.
Right.
We can just leave you all. We'll just have a conversation. This is our life.
You would want to be in on our
conversation. No. So we really want to open up the floor to comments, real questions, ladies, about what you're dealing with. Guys, if you have questions about the woman that you're dating or want to talk or share anything about, you know, any struggle that you're dealing with. On that note, I do want you to highlight, or can you share maybe a success story of a client that has gone through your perimenopause blueprint and you know, something significant changed, like what's a memorable
oh my god, I have
you?
so many,
okay,
to be honest with you, and I'm not just saying that to toot my own horn. I like, right? For real though, I'm not joking. So one particular client not that long ago came to me and asked me about Ozempic. So she wanted to talk to me first and then go back to her doctor and figure out what she wanted to do, what was going to be her path. And so I said, I was so happy to have her talk to me first so that she could make a wise decision. Anyway, she decided to say no to the Ozempic and do my program. She had been 20 pounds overweight. She could not get the scale to budge. No matter what she did, she tried and tried and tried. Now, this was a 8-week transformation. She lost 20 pounds in 8 weeks.
And she stayed on the Ozempic or did
no, she never went on the Ozempic.
Oh, she was thinking about
She decided not to do it. I said, try my program first, please. And then if you feel like it didn't do what you hoped it was going to do, or you didn't lose the weight that you hoped you were going to lose, or you don't feel the way you thought you were going to feel, any of that, then I even told her, I said, I'll give you money back. And because I knew I can literally guarantee my work. And she did, and she thanks me to this day. She's still losing. She has,
and what's her age?
So she was 48.
Okay.
And so she was hiding from pictures. She wouldn't like do anything like family photos.
Sound familiar, lady?
She sent me a family photo where she was so proud. She was all dressed up. She felt like $1,000,000. And it was right around Christmas that she did finish the program. And she said it was the best gift she ever gave herself to start a new year. And I still get goosebumps about it because I'm like, I'm so proud, you know, just when women take control again, because it's so easy. The subconscious mind is designed to keep you where you are, even if you're suffering, you know, because change is hard. And is it going to work? Is it not? The brain tells you all these reasons why it's not going to work or it's going to be difficult. Instead, when you do it and you're like, oh my God, all this time, and I didn't realize how easy this was going to be. And then you're like, you're a changed forever person.
I love that.
Yeah.
And because we're on the topic of nutrition, one of the areas that I like, you talked about it too, but let's talk about the tummy bloat.
Oh yeah, cortisol belly. It's called cortisol belly.
Don't I got one of those right now.
We're gonna get rid of that. Okay. Don't worry, darling.
Yeah. What is up with this cortisol belly?
I don't like it.
Oh, I love that.
Right?
So
I
share
wish
what's going on. Share what's going on.
We had a picture. We could show it, but on my phone, I was shit.
Well, I'd show you my stomach, but no.
Well, I have so many clients' transformations of their bellies.
Okay.
Before and after.
Yeah. What's actually happening?
It's insane. So cortisol belly is when your body so for women, that's where our organs are and everything is so it gets inflamed in that area and they call it cortisol belly. And it's usually a combination of fat accumulating there, water weight, inflammation, and it all seems to go to the belly and the back area. And so, it can be difficult as hell to get rid of unless you're eating properly and exercising daily. Now, a little trick you can do is on top of the nutrition has to be locked in to get rid of that naturally. Okay. And then you want to walk say 30 minutes every morning in a fasted state. This is something I fucking live by. That doesn't mean do HIIT cardio and stress yourself out or run really hard and try to fix everything that you've done in the last 10 years in one session. So you want to walk every single morning on a medium, maybe a medium incline, medium speed, and before you eat breakfast. So what that's going to do is help your body to tap into stored fat cells. Stored fat cells that are sitting in here usually end up disappearing first. I always wear a waist
Belt?
trainer. Sweat
belt.
Yeah, so I don't like the waist trainer because that's restrictive, and that's not where we're trying to go here. Anything that's going to support sweating in that area is beneficial. It's going to be very helpful. So what the sweat belt does is it draws heat to that area and helps to
Melt the fat.
Yeah, and shed the water weight. So when you open the belt, you're like gush water, and it feels so good because you lose fat through breathing, sweating, and peeing. That's how your fat loses. So yeah, so you want to drink water, you want to sweat, and
what's the amount, like you're drinking water? It makes me feel like, dude, I need to drink water.
I drink water.
How much water should
two to three
drinking? 2 to 3 liters?
2 to 3 liters a day. So
some of y'all were thinking 2 to 3 glasses.
Yeah, that's not enough. That's not enough. Okay, so this isn't even 1 liter. So one of these and about that much of another one is a liter. So I drink 2.5 to 3 of those every day.
Okay. And that doesn't like I think
3 of those, sorry, I drink 3 of those every day.
So in the morning you should drink, like by lunchtime you would have drank 1.5 already.
So this is my second one.
Okay.
So I'll drink 1 more now before, and I always stop. Another thing to always remember is to stop drinking before 8 p.m. So like I don't have anything after 7 p.m. because if not, I'll be up peeing all night. And again, that's going to disrupt your sleep, which is going to raise your cortisol. And if your sleep's bad, everything is not working right. Your cortisol belly is going to want to stay.
Oh gosh. Yeah, we don't want that.
No,
we don't want that.
No.
We got literally 6 minutes left.
All right. The time flew by.
Yeah, we want to thank everybody. We're not done yet, but we want to thank everybody who is live, who has been live.
Yeah. Thanks.
Mark it on your calendar every Wednesday. And if there's topics and questions,
love that.
This is
send your topic.
This isn't for us to like we enjoy hanging out with each other. We don't do this because
is for you girls.
Yeah, exactly. It's for you and it's for me because I'm in perimenopause. And by the way, I'm gonna actually really be documenting my process, and I don't like to show my before until I have an after.
Yeah.
But like this is already my before, and I'm at the stage, and you know what, it's true. So Carla, sometimes people say to me, you already look great and this and that, which I appreciate, and I'm very grateful for my body. However, how I feel in the body and knowing that I can make some lifestyle changes and eating habits. Like I don't think I was consciously saying I need a protein with a carb and a fat.
Yeah.
Right. And obviously the carb and the fat are passengers. So it's not a big carb and a tiny snack of protein.
No. Like, and stop using protein bars for your
shakes.
Shakes are great.
Okay.
Stop using protein bars for your protein. Like, come on. That's like, I mean, there's some now and again that's not bad to do, but if you're doing those every day and that isn't going to be an adequate source of protein. There's other shit in there, and your body needs whole foods. Like it craves them. I think that's the big thing too about my program is the recipes are fucking delicious. Toot toot.
I mean, they are.
I love my food. I'm a foodie, and I'm like, I get so excited about like recipes. Like, so I just posted on my Instagram a Haagen-Dazs dupe. Only mine's the Dubai chocolate version. Girls, go check it out.
Yeah.
Save it, make it this weekend. You're gonna thank me. It's like this big. The Haagen-Dazs is like this big, and it's got full of protein and healthy ingredients. Your body's gonna just love. And the other one is gonna be like, ooh, it's gonna like freaking store fat. And although I do want to say, it's okay to have the Haagen-Dazs now and then.
Yeah.
And I do, and that's why it was in my fridge or freezer, because I do have that stuff now and then, but my body doesn't even look for that anymore. And believe me, coming from a sugar baby and a junk food girl, like I freaking loved my junk food. I don't even want that shit anymore. I don't want to put that in my body because I have versions of all of those things that are healthy versions.
Absolutely.
So why the hell? And they taste better.
Yeah.
Like as I'm eating the Haagen,
like I went to her house when we were working on putting the program together, and she made, what was that bar?
Pistachio.
Pistachio.
Or pistachio caramel bars.
And I couldn't eat it logically because
She thought it was bad.
Because I like, this is bad for me.
Right?
And it's not. It's like literally because she's the sweet person, and I'm like, I didn't eat it. Because I know if she made it and it's healthy, she's not gonna have me eat anything unhealthy. But people a lot of think that they have to make a sacrifice on flavor.
Never. Oh my God.
But you really, really don't. And when you start feeding your body for what it needs and not like what you think emotionally it needs, like you do have like amazing energy and everything else.
Oh, I do. And you know what? Think about this. Your body is using the food you give it to create your cells, feed your organs, your skin, your tissue, your brain, your everything is literally being created from the food that you eat. So if you eat high energy foods, good, clean, whole ingredients, you're gonna feel freaking amazing.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is, and the thing is people think that means you got to diet and eat salad and chicken every day. That's like, I eat everything.
She does.
And I enjoy the hell out of it. And like, for instance, those things that you were talking about, the
pistachio bars.
And they're basically a Twix, a dupe to a Twix, but I put pistachio butter in it because pistachio butter has less fat than actually almond butter or peanut butter. Blow your mind.
It's better than the Haagen-Dazs bars. I swear to God, if you could, like, she could open up her own store and
I would love that. That's the next thing.
KG Kitchen.
I used to have a KG's Kitchen. Oh my God. My friend Al Edwards, we did when I first moved to Toronto, in my kitchen where you and I filmed the Housewives of Toronto. Remember?
Yes.
We did.
I remember.
Yeah, we did. Welcome to KG's Kitchen. Anybody that's watching that's been following for a long time, they'll remember that because it was hilarious. And it wasn't the right time at that time, but I'm like, maybe in the future it will be. Maybe that will be my YouTube channel.
This is Hot and Hormonal. We're live and we're hot and hormonal. Hot is a double entendre here.
Exactly.
Because, I'm literally physically fucking hot right now. I am hot. I haven't experienced the hot flash, but I can tell you that
now.
Maybe right now. And we want women to feel hot in a positive
You're hot,
way.
babe.
Yes.
Never let these fucking symptoms and what you're going through make you feel anything but. If your body's not where you want it to be, that's an easy fix.
You're both stunning, gorgeous. Thank you.
But for real,
we want to make perimenopause sexy.
It is
we
sexy.
Want to make
hot.
It cool. We want to make it hot. We want to make it a conversation.
We're lucky we're in this body, this space in life. And it's just a different phase that requires a different strategy. Just like the freaking clothes and hair and makeup that we had in our 20s. We're not going to fucking have that in our 40s. What the hell?
On that fucking note, I'm just kidding. Right? We're dropping F-bombs. We're doing all the things, ladies. Thank you so much for tuning in. I got to hop on another Zoom call, and we'll see you next week. All righty. Boom.
Boom, bitty, boom, boom, boom.
Boom.
That's good, babe.
Boom. And okay. So save it, download it and save it.